Hello? Is anyone there? Is anyone still alive? Am I back? I don't know. Back. Hello? Can anyone ping? I'm gonna manually check. Let's see. This, why did you keep adding bookmark to my... Alright, let's see Twitch here. Let's see if... Okay, it does seem... Okay, it seems like we're good. Seems like we're good. Alright. Well, welcome back, everyone. I will refrain from switching back the styles. Back and forth. I will stick to the new style. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, it just crashed. I will stick to the new style. Uh-oh. This isn't good. Getting crashy. Hopefully we can get back here. Yeah, it is surprising me just how different it is from Halo 1. It is already so different. So different. Hopefully we... Uh-oh. Here we go. It is crazy how much they increased the scope of this game. But yeah, I'm just gonna leave it on new from now on. It blue screened me. I'm just gonna leave it on the modern style. Not gonna mess with it. Maybe during the gameplay I might switch it back and forth, but otherwise I'm not gonna mess with it. But yeah, I'd love to hear what you guys are.
Oh. Wake up.
Shake it off, Marine.
Uh-oh.
Marines.
Skipped. Restart.
Clear the...
There we go.
The message just repeats. Regret. Regret. Regret.
Catchy. Any idea what it means?
Dear humanity, we regret being alien bastards. We regret coming to Earth. And we most definitely regret the Corps just blew up our raggedy-ass fleet. Hoorah!
Regret is a name, Sergeant. The name of one of the Covenant's religious leaders. A prophet. He's on that carrier, and he's calling for help.
Immediate. Grid Kilo 2-3 is hot. Recommend mission abort.
Roger, Recon. It's your call, Sarge.
We're going in. Get tactical, Marines!
Master Chief, get aboard that carrier. Secure the Prophet of Regret. This is the only place on Earth the Covenant decided to land. That Prophet is going to tell us why.
Whoa.
I am? I'm muted?
Hey. Wake up.
Shake it off, Marines! Clear the crash site. Go, go, go!
Okay. No. Okay. He's so quick with reloading. Wow, look at these guys. They definitely upgraded a lot. Switch. Also,
If they didn't know we're here before, they do now.
there we go.
Here they come, up high.
This is so interesting. I want to see. Oh wow, it's pretty similar.
You dumb bugs is getting too damn easy.
The New Mombasa. The architecture is very similar. It's just really the styling and the lighting. So once again, they're keeping it a lot more faithful here, it seems. Which I like. I definitely like. Dozing off, and when I woke up, my ears were delayed. No worries, no worries.
Serious, man. Yeah, pal, I'm great. Going after him.
Is jumping down. I remember the original being brighter than their original here. This one, maybe it's possible because I believe this isn't just the original game. They had to remake it in what's it called? In Unreal 4, right? Because the fact that the new version runs in Unreal 4, my guess would be that they didn't somehow repurpose. I don't think that would work. They had to remake it from an Unreal 4 base. Also welcome. But not entirely sure. Yeah, it is definitely darker here. Alright. Trying to... But yeah, in comparison to the first game, though, there's just a lot more of like quality of life adjustments to the game. Just with the shield, it showing you a lot better, indicating it just a lot better when it's. Okay, where are we going? Are we going back? Is this where we're going?
Heading over the rooftops.
No, this is where we started. Where are we going? Oh, there's these flying guys. Not my favorite enemy, because they're kind of hard to... I think maybe I need to just go back up here. What is this?
Across the street, down low.
Maybe I need to go higher? Trying to figure out here where are we heading?
Bring it, tourist.
Down there? Oh, it might be here. An alley you have to go through? I'll look for an alley. No? Up there? Oh, yeah, I see it. That's probably it. Given that everyone came up here, I probably just missed that.
Ain't too smart, Marine.
Have to go that way, I'm guessing. Oh no. Never mind.
Over here. This one.
I did a checkpoint here.
Eyes up! Phantom's back!
Oh. Oh. I'm guessing that I just need to fight? Yeah, the only alleyway that I can see is this. It doesn't seem to be where I need to be going.
Over this way.
Am I missing something? Maybe you need to deal with these enemies first.
My hero's a little big for that courtyard, Sergeant. I see a good LZ on the other side of these buildings. Meet you there. Over.
Copy that. Someone get a satchel on the gate.
Alright, here we go. Okay, so I guess I did have to fight them. That's also a difference from the game. And I guess a little bit of a detractor, but not something too major. Because I was impressed with the fact that they never really made you. Oh, those guys are big in this.
Hunters.
Stand back, Marine. Let the chief show you how it's done.
Second squad, this is Cortana. What is your status? Over.
We're operational, ma'am. Barely. Our pilots didn't make it.
Find a hole. Stay put. We'll come to you.
They actually stayed a little bit closer to the original in this game versus than Halo 1 too. It seems overall their philosophy was a lot more faithful than the Halo 1 conversion. Which I am quite enjoying.
Sergeant, I need you on that bird.
Ma'am?
My Pelicans are going to start airlifting armor and reinforcements into the city. You'll need an escort that isn't afraid of a little hospital
Crash.
ground fire.
Oh, they kept the... Nice. Here we have it.
Understood. I'll keep an eye on him. Chief, good luck.
Ooh, what's this? Is it like a sniper rifle?
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh. Ooh, that.
That's all right.
Ooh. Old booty and new booty. This is a nice way of making it so you can try out a new weapon. Just kind of having it.
No, I really should start counting. Hey, there's a bomb!
So it's also a heat up. I'm guessing all the flashes guns are based.
Knew you had it in you.
Don't get my
Hey,
My boys back?
You know where I am.
what? Where'd they come from?
Sweet!
There we go, there we go. That weapons. Oh. one is more precise. I see. There's more precision if you do one. Hello, boys. For long distance. I might just blast away. A little bit more close quarters here. What do we have? Have to be a little bit more patient. Also, a lot more checkpoints. A lot more checkpoints.
Chief, glad you could make it.
Hello.
Crash site's on the other side of this hotel, Chief. Covenant are crawling all over it. Follow me.
Yeah, the animation's pretty basic, but it actually stands up. Honestly. Oh, spooky.
Stay out of sight.
Yeah, sight.
Oh, cut down in the prime of existence.
I like this guy. They definitely improved the feel of the weapons. Cause
That look pretty painful. Mira, that's the
maybe I shouldn't have them. Honestly, I think the original graphic in this might not be a good feature if they don't look like the original. Yeah. So you think that this one is not really close to the original, you would say? Not as faithful. Oh, are they giving me the chance to drive here? Where are we going?
Come on, let's go.
The highest concentration of Covenant troops is directly below the carrier. I don't think they want you to get on board. That bridge is the most direct route to the city center.
Okay, we're going towards the bridge. Gotcha.
What? No one saw that. Nice! Go! Coming in!
Yeah, the driving is also a little bit tighter here, which I admire.
Right in the teeth!
Because it was definitely a very goofy to fly. Oh. Erica! Here we go!
I see ya.
Oh, another one! Erica! Here we go! Thank you so much. You are now the top gifter. The right mouse button. Oh, the warthog gets hurt. Thank you so much. That's so kind of you. I really appreciate it. Now everyone. Oh wait, I'm still fireworking. Well, now everyone can enjoy the emotes. Hope you enjoy them. Hope you enjoy them. But yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you.
The carrier just launched a wave of pods. They're inbound on your position.
Surprise, surprise. That's the book!
Oh. They're dropping people. How does this look? It's actually pretty similar.
I can't run!
This tunnel links up to the bridge. It's full of rats, if you know what I mean. But it beats swimming.
Well, yeah, so
I've been analyzing the Covenant.
and how have you been,
tactical
Bob?
chart. They're surprised, confused. I don't think they expected us to be here. Not all of us. Humanity on Earth. Odd, I know, but it does help explain why they came here with such a small fleet.
They didn't expect there to be people on Earth? Uh-oh. It feels a little bit counterintuitive for them not to think that there would be people. Did you guys bring me a new truck? They brought me a new truck. Oh, man. Can I drive? Hey, let me drive. Yeah. You guys shoot. Making my way.
Another kill for me! Here!
Oh yeah, in this version they've already made like the different things look a lot more like they did for the remake of the first. Okay. But yeah, so I checked the video of the original. Could possibly do something. Yeah, now I'm curious because I thought that maybe it was kind of a faithful. So maybe after, in a little bit here, we'll do a video comparison. Oh, I can honk.
Covenant must be trying to regroup. Don't let them.
You fellas better keep up!
Uh-oh. I think that's it. Wait. Oh no, is it fine?
Come on, give us some gas!
Alright. I thought it was gonna blow up. But if you guys say so, I guess we're gonna keep going. Usually fire in the truck.
Ah, this never gets old, mate.
Okay, I think that's It's on fire, yep. The guy doesn't really care. I was impressed. Am I just running now? Can I take one of these? Oh, I like how they redesigned it. Before a different Warthog came in. Well, I guess we're on foot. I guess we're just doing this manual style. Takes a little bit of the cool, but I thought maybe another Warthog was gonna come in and kind of save our day here. Oh, really? Oh, well, I feel like now I'm a little bit too committed, too far away. I didn't even think about that. there litter here? Okay, so you can't. I was wondering. Okay, so I'll try getting. Where's the guy? Ah, you didn't expect that? Okay, so here we go. Oh. They just... What? No. Hey. Get off that. Oh. I can do that? I can do that? I can commandeer. Oh, now this thing's almost broken too. This is real slow. Oh! Okay. Alright, let's see. Oh. Am I just gonna... I guess is there one over here? No? Alright. Let's see. They actually, they were very faithful in this one. I know I keep repeating that, but it was such a bigger difference in the previous game that oh. Which one's the new? Yeah, this thing's a little bit worse for wear. Hey, we finished Outskirts.
It blew right through us. 50 cal rockets didn't do a thing.
Where's the rest of your platoon?
Wasted, Sarge.
And we will be too, sir, if we don't get the hell out of here.
You hit Marine?
No, sir.
Then listen up. The chief is gonna jump in this tank, roll across the bridge, and blow up any inhuman son of a bitch dumb enough to get between him and the Prophet of Regret. Pull yourself together, because you're going with it.
What about that Scarab?
We've all run the simulations. They're tough, but they ain't invincible. Stay with the Master Chief. He'll know what to do.
Yes, sir, Sergeant.
Thanks for the tank. He never gets me anything.
Oh, I know what the ladies like.
I feel like the tone is also different. The tone from the first one. Very different as well.
Well, it's where I leave.
It does look a lot better.
Move it up.
I do like the more orange tone of the original, but it does feel a bit like a movie sequel of time. Yeah. it's just so big and bombastic. I kind of like the subtlety of the original, if I'm being honest, but this one just feels like they just Michael Bay'd it. And I was surprised at the subtlety of the original, because it felt, it didn't feel like your, you know, Call of Duty styles and stuff like that. This feels a lot more in the hell yeah kind of tone, which is very different. But it is impressive. It's still very impressive that it just feels so much more. This just feels like, oh, is that where we were before? I don't know.
Focus! Aye! Go! Heads up! Look out! Aye! Another contact. Alright, here it comes.
Yeah, even the music is way more bombastic too. Which I mean, great job because it makes it fit the tone. To be honest, I think if humans were defending Earth, there would be a lot more attitude involved. I guess so. I guess so. But even like with the, oh, okay, now the sheep is gonna go pipe that tank and just go right through it. You know, it's very like Independence Day, very that kind of thing. Which I'm not, don't take me as seeing it as a problem. It's just very jarring after the more subdued style of the first one that almost went like a little bit more horror than action. This is action out of the gate.
Got another hostile.
Come on,
take those legs.
see what I'm talking about? And they improved the driving so much. The fact that I can keep moving forward,
That's where
I could not do that in the first one. The beginning isn't necessarily the same tone that would be all the way through though. That is true because the first one also did have more of a go beat everyone up at the beginning. That is fair to say, but even in comparison to say the beginning of Halo 1, which also felt a lot more action than what it would eventually become. It's still more. And again, this is not a complaint or anything. It's just an observation, and it is. It did catch me a little bit. By surprise.
It's tight quarters on the other side, sir. Use this.
Use what? Are you the one talking to me? Take allies? That she wants me to take her. Oh, you can interrupt animation. I'm for that.
That demon is dead by my hand.
It's tight quarters on the other side, sir. Use this.
Where are you? Where are you? Thank you.
Mess them up good!
Yeah. This is a big. This is pretty much all my complaints with 1 have been resolved here. All my gameplay complaints have been addressed. I am quite happy with the changes they've made here.
Push on through!
Is there any limit to?
Might be as good as me one day.
It doesn't feel like there's any limit to,
Nah, wish they were all that easy.
Doesn't feel like there's any limit to. Oh, the gun! The gun! What do I have? Ooh. Again, we're getting a little bit stuttery here. Oh, a big thing. This is a big arena. They made the shotgun a lot weaker at a distance. Because the shotgun was a little bit OP. Where's the thing? Oh. Yeah, it's just interesting noticing all of the differences. I like it. It's a lot of improvements. A lot of improvements out of the gate. It is. You did a good job. Did I just get run over by my own people? Give me a gun. Oh, he dropped it. But even the spaces here, like some areas I would say are pretty up to par with what I'd expect from a lot of games nowadays, but like an area like this just feels very open and barren, and that's why you can see a little bit of the limitation. But other than that, for the most part, the game just plays very crisp.
Stupid bugger!
Okay, what are...
Yeah, you hear that?
I'm guessing, are we, is this another one of those? Is that the Terminator? Oh, he left!
I've lost track of it!
He's just doing loop-de-loops. He's just doing loop-de-loops. I'm using this. Yeah, like they were really focused on like getting vehicles and stuff like that. Get all those things to work. And they do a good job. Who doesn't do a good job is a lot of the pilots. I don't know if I necessarily trust. The pilots. Maybe I shouldn't trust myself. Maybe I shouldn't. Oh, really? Vacuum. Okay.
We've got another contact.
This is what I'm talking about. Oh no, that's a good guy. Oh, you can zoom in. That is brutal. Yeah, it's a bit of a long return here. Where are they shooting? Ooh! Let's get a... That was a sick snipe. Kinda wanna do it again. I'm no sniper. I got lucky. Wow. And it's interesting how they do a lot with projectiles instead of hit scan. I don't know what the idea was at the time, like how do I get rid of this? Why can't I get rid of this? What? Why can't I get rid of this? I really like the hexagonal patterns that they started implementing too. Oh, now you check points. This just straight up feels like modern in games. There's no... Oh! You just destroyed your own guys! For vehicle movement, this just feels like modern. Like if this is accurate to what the Halo 2 felt like, this is impressive. This is very impressive. This is essentially games nowadays kind of operate by a similar law, essentially. Dude. Marathon, which is Bungie's previous FPS game, has a lot of slow projectiles, which made many attacks dodgeable. That is really cool, and I do enjoy projectile-based games. I think that there is oh, they keep I think that there's definitely like an art to doing this, and but because of that, because of the dodgeability, I think you get some games that want to be also more in like that bullet hell style, and I think a game that does that very well, and this is a completely different style, I wouldn't consider it a shootout, would be something like, oh wow, look, you're getting like little details like the no dog. Oh, this is a park. This is a park. Sounds like maybe I should switch. Hey guys, no, come back.
Pull up a few, yo bugger.
There are a number of Marines trapped in that building. Concentrate on the Wraith. They're the biggest threat.
Oh no, I don't know if
Oh, this is gonna get ugly.
no comment. That was Franchbot. Yeah, you can't trust. What? The music. Oof. That was nice. Animal. I wonder if the music is so loud for me in comparison to the rest of the audio. Because it follows this, it feels like it follows this when it's in classic mode. Like the music goes way down in comparison. I think you can melee wraiths similar to Ghost. What in the world? Is that a wraith? Is this a wraith? I genuinely don't know. Are those the wraiths? Are those the thing that I'm trying to shoot down? I genuinely don't. I'm not familiar with the that one's clean. Yeah, the big vehicles. You can melee? What are the ghosts? And is meleeing better?
There are a number of Marines trapped in that building, Chief. Concentrate on the Wraiths. They're the biggest threat.
There we go. Yeah, it's interesting because now they're also doing more stuff with vehicles. There was a good amount of vehicle stuff in the first one. Oh! I was so shocked I fell out. Am I gonna have to fight the big mama? Yeah, you can't shoot me. I'm too quick. I'm too fast. With my new controls, I'm mobile. I can do anything I want. Okay, let's leave it. Hello, boys. It is I, Master of the Chief.
Corporal Perez, A Company. CP's this way.
Okay, Perez.
Lieutenant got hit as soon as we dropped in.
Who's in charge now, Corporal?
Sergeant Banks, man. He's up top. Come on, I'll show you.
Too late. I'm already up top.
When I asked for reinforcements, I didn't think they'd send us Spartan. We got trouble.
They're done for me here?
See this look? It's terror!
Did I give you permission to bid?
Are we doing this?
I don't think it's stopping. Sit your heads down.
Oh, that's cool, the version of the theme song, too.
Piss me off! Marine, time to kill off the scarab. It's over here, sir!
I'm guessing over here. There we go, there we go. Are we gonna jump on it? Are we gonna jump on it? I am the Master Chief. I need more. I need more. I need to double wheel. Oh no, I pressed the wrong button. No! Wow, the music is so loud. It is not following what I'm asking it to at all. At all. What's my other gun?
What are we doing again?
This is what I want. What? Oh, I'm not double wheeling. Why is it not shooting? I am the Master Chief. I am the one who masters your chief. I make the food. Call me Master Chef Chief. Yes, there's nothing left here for you. This purple little place. Nothing. There's nothing. Yes. 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 Double whammy. Double whammy. Wait, do I need to turn it on? Excuse me? So much mayhem, yup. That's insane. Like, it's high octane action.
Not if we can help it, Sergeant. Extract the chief and return to an amberclad.
Roger that. Status.
Sir, the Prophet is bugging out. Request permission to engage.
Negative, Commander. All Vector 2 heavies for star side intercept.
Bam! Slip space rupture up the target's bow. It's going to jump inside the city.
There's no time, sir.
Green light. Green light to engage.
Punch it. Get us close.
Ma'am, without a destination solution,
we are not losing that ship.
Okay. Okay. I think I'm gonna stop there, and we're gonna look at a few comparisons from like the original. I don't even want to see the. We'll save and quit here. But that's cool. That gets you pumped to go. Similar thing that they did with the first game. It got you really pumped to just like, yeah, you just get rockets, get all these things. They did a. It's fun. It's fun. It definitely feels like an evolution of the first one. The first one, I liked the tone of the first one, but this one definitely feels like we got there. Now we're going further. So I'm excited. I am excited to keep playing the sequel. But having said that, let's take a look at some actual comparisons. Not just the in-game switch, just to see how accurate or inaccurate it is. I am very curious to see that. Let me... Halo 2 anniversary comparison. So here we go. Oh, it was released in 2020, the anniversary. I didn't realize it's really new. That's really new. Alright, here we go. Oh, do you think, though, I might get some...
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Direct Comparison. In today's video, we're going to take a look at Halo 2 that just released on the PC as part of the Master Chief Collection, and see how it compares to the original PC version of the game from 2007. Now, for those of you that don't already know, Halo 2 first released for the Xbox in 2004, and was then ported over to Vista-enabled PCs in 2007, as a way to encourage users to upgrade from Windows XP. Unlike Gearbox's Halo Combat Evolved PC port that I analyzed back in March, Halo 2 was ported over by an internal team at Microsoft Game Studios, and incorporated a few new features like new multiplayer maps, a map editor, and even the ability to earn achievements via the infamous Game for Windows Live system. In 2014, Halo 2 was remastered by Saber Interactive using several models and effects from Halo Reach, and then released as part of the Halo Master Chief Collection for the Xbox One. This version of the game features overhauled cutscenes, improved environmental textures, effects, and far more advanced lighting. On top of this, players can also revert the settings instantly back to the classic graphical style at the press of a button. For this comparison, I will be running both versions of the game on the PC at a 1440p resolution, with the settings pushed up as high as possible. For the original Vista version of Halo 2, I'm running the Project Cartographer mod, which helps to bypass the broken Games for Windows Live client, while also introducing a few modern enhancements like widescreen support, FOV adjustments, and multiplayer functionality.
Okay, it's not anything that's going to change
bear in mind
the...
that 343 are aware of some of the issues currently plaguing the Halo 2 anniversary release on PC, and you can find a complete list of known issues in the link
I don't
provided
care
in
about
the
the
description. Alright, to kick Master Chief. Now, right away, we can see an absolutely huge improvement to the quality and complexity between the original PC version
but it's
and
very
the more
faithful.
recent anniversary version of Chief. The helmet is more clearly defined with all the same
Even the nicks are in similar locations. Look at that.
Actual depth, along with an increased poly count to help round out the smooth edges. But interestingly, despite looking much better, this updated model features absolutely every single detail incorporated originally.
Yeah.
Tiny, indistinguishable paint scratches all return.
This is
along
impressive.
With a few small extra details to enhance it further. It's a great reskin that delivers a more visually pleasing version of the character without taking away any of its original style. Practically every other character model, however, has seen a complete overhaul.
Yeah.
With redesigned armor, very different facial structures and hairlines, and more realistic shading and shadowing. They still are easily recognizable and are based strongly on the original designs, but they aren't quite as loyal to the design as the Master Chief model is. Now, when we swap the visual style back to its classic mode, we in theory should expect to see an identical image on both sides. And for the most part, that's very much the case.
Yeah, it's very similar.
But there is one distinct difference here, the aliasing. Both in-game and in cutscenes, Chief now appears more jagged in the new version than he ever did before. It's almost impossible to notice, especially at higher resolutions, but it's still odd that there's no setting in-game to help boost the AA a bit higher to fix this. The same problem persists with every other character and object in the game, which can be seen clearly when looking at the edges or when focusing on small details like Avery's Purple Heart badge. Though it is worth noting that this badge offers a lot more detail than it did before, despite its jagged edges.
It's really impressive what they've done, though.
To the weapon models, starting with the battle rifle. So the first thing that really jumps out here are the enhancements made to the lighting and texture work. Lighting now more
there are changes, but it's not nearly as drastic as Halo 1.
More of a presence in the atmosphere, and the new shaders and textures play a huge role.
Halo 1 remaster versus new was much bigger
we have
differences.
The digital ammo display that now has a slight bloom enhancement added in to make it appear more like an LED screen. These enhanced effects combined with the increase in the level of detail do a great job of improving on the model without changing too much.
But yeah, it's very
faithful.
faithful.
The only real change to the design here is the charging handle that replaces the round knob with a straight textured cylindrical piece instead. It's also worth mentioning that much more detailed texture work that has been applied to Chief's hand here. When using the
I think for me,
settings,
the lighting looked a lot different than I remembered.
The battle rifle's muzzle flash previously doesn't seem
It
to
seems
render
very
properly
similar,
after the
though.
initial
It
shot,
seems very
but
similar.
In the Master Chief Collection, it seems to render just fine. A similar fix can be observed with the plasma rifle, that in Halo 2 Vista doesn't render the blue discharge effect properly like it does in the original Xbox title, but it now renders properly in the Master Chief Collection. So overall, there seems to be improvements all around when it comes to the weapons, regardless of which graphical style you choose to use. Environments have received a massive overhaul with the Halo 2 anniversary visuals, with high quality textures, improved foliage, and more complex geometry, all while retaining the exact same level layouts as before.
Yeah, it feels like there was a lot more care and detail with the remastering of the second one to make sure it's as close as possible to kind of the idea of the first one, of the original one, I mean. Whereas in Halo 1, it was kind of an overhaul that kind of redid the style. And I personally did not like how they redid the style. This is way more faithful, and I really like, so far, what they've done.
But when swapping to the classic visual style, there's a large number of changes, some good and some not so good. So first, in the initial mission, when looking out the windows of Cairo Station, the players can see distant ships fleeing Earth during a Covenant attack. These distant sprites trigger after it becomes clear that the Marines are under attack, and an NPC even points them out at one point. However, in the Master Chief Collection, these sprites trigger prematurely, and one of them seems displaced, appearing directly outside the window.
Okay, they fixed this. This wasn't happening when we were. playing.
343 has confirmed that there's a number of issues with the environments that they're currently looking into, including low-res environmental textures, some occasional flickering on
Yeah, I feel like a lot of the bugs are probably
some
fixed at
LOD
this point.
pop-in. But I really never experienced anything like this on either visual mode. In fact, some sections, like this temple on the Delta Halo, feature even more detail in the classic settings than the original Halo 2 Vista release, with leaves now rendering properly on the trees surrounding this temple, similar to how they appear in the original Xbox release. But the biggest changes can be found when looking at the lighting effects. The lighting suffers from a number of problems when using the classic visual style in the Master Chief Collection. The sun, for example, is no longer visible in several levels throughout the campaign. This means the harsh light rays incorporated previously are now missing, and all we're left with are the old-school lens flare effects and the pre-baked environmental lighting. There's still a couple of spotlights in each level, but even these are not rendering properly, another issue that 343 is actively investigating. But it's not all bad. The Anniversary Graphics mode features some beautifully reworked enhanced lighting effects, including simulated HDR, bloom, specular lighting, and even some screen space reflections when viewing pools of alien blood at certain angles. Toggling between these games' graphic styles reveals just how much work went into reimagining each environment with more believable lighting effects, with bright light shafts pouring in through the gaps in the ceiling and casting
It is
dark
really
shadows
impressive.
on the floor below, drastically changing the look and feel of each scene. Shadows have also been greatly improved, with softer edges and a much darker tone that blends more appropriately with each environment. But they're not perfect, and suffer from some dithering and pixelated edges, an issue that I noted previously with Combat Evolve's release. Next,
Yeah,
we have our effects.
that was something that
Effects
kind
have,
of
for the most part, remained exactly the same between
was
releases.
very noticeable. in
Fire, for example, uses the exact same
Halo 1.
sprites to make up the effect, and the only real improvement comes when flipping over to the Anniversary settings. The explosions look virtually identical between both games, with all the same particles, fireball effects, and lighting still intact. And when we swap over to the Anniversary graphics, we get even more impressive looking fireballs that contrast more drastically with the darker environments and light up the scene
I
more
do like the new
vibrantly.
graphics
same
mode.
can be
Just
said for the water
switch to
effects
original
that
seems
seem
not
ported over directly
what I
from the
remembered.
classic graphics,
So do you think
but
even
are
this
improved
one,
significantly
even like this one, isn't what like you remembered?
in the remastered option.
Because like to me, they seem very
The only
similar
effect
still.
that is really changed then are the snow particles towards the end of the game. In the original
Spoilers. But like to me, they
school lens flare effects and the next
they seem to be actually really close. Maybe I need to look at like I played on Xbox. I want to see. Yeah, I was gonna look now for the Xbox release, see if that was. When you say original, what are they playing? I think the original graphic modes had different lighting. Halo 2 Anniversary comparison. Original. Comparison. Fuck.
Knowledge here from Gamers Little Playground, and today I wanted to bring you a quick graphics comparison between Halo 2 Anniversary and Halo 2. Halo 2 Anniversary was announced yesterday at E3 and is gonna get access in the game, but I'm right here, so
okay, this guy's just gonna show the cutscene because it just got announced. This is classic. I guess this would be.
Halo 2, we're taking a look at the game on Xbox Series X. Might
So this
seem like a
is-
bit of an odd comparison, but it'll make sense.
This is, I think, still
In texture
from...
quality on the left with the, Anniversary version in comparison to Classic on the right. And with that, these cutscenes you cannot line up properly. Yeah, it's kind of what we're doing.
I think this is still the classic version of... No. 2 classic versus 2004 Xbox. It's crazy to me that it came out in 2020. If I thought it was much older than that, like the remake. Yeah, I don't know. No. Why are they saying 7 years ago? That seems crazy to me. Okay, let's look at just old footage of Halo here. The anniversary was older. It seems a little bit darker.
Fire. They're in standard formation. Little bastards up front, big ones in back. Good luck, Cairo.
Is this just the first level? I kind of wanted to see the Cairo level.
Once you leave the ship, you're on your own.
Understood.
Over the target in 5.
Okay, here we go.
Possibly make any more noise? I guess so.
At least coloration-wise, it seems very similar. Like, even going from one version to the other here, these original versions, coloration-wise. And I feel like this was pretty close to what it looked like.
Master Chief, you mind telling me what you're doing on that ship?
It's definitely like blurrier in the original versus even like any of the later releases, it seems. And I know that with a lot of games, the effects scale with resolution, so like bloom is a lot bloomier in lower resolutions.
Sir.
You know, I feel like this is a lot more
finishing this fight.
But it's kind of hard to see when it's just split in half like that. But coloration-wise, it seems very similar. This seems brighter. This one seems brighter. So maybe it is a little bit brighter. It seems a little bit punchier. A little higher contrast in the old ones, and this one seems a little bit more washed out. And I guess this is what they were comparing it against, and probably what they used for yeah, maybe more of a purpley hue, where they kind of clean that up. Probably depends on the map. Yeah, but it seemed, again, I never played the original. I'm playing these games for the first time now, but it at least seems like it's pretty faithful. It seems pretty faithful to what we ended up getting. So okay, so the anniversary is older. I was wondering, but 2014 though? I guess so. That makes more sense, I guess. Yeah, these types of things. Maybe it's a situation where it's similar enough, especially for someone like me who hasn't played the originals back in the day and is only playing them now. But it's definitely interesting to see. But I think this again is not at all the comparison I'm talking about. For me, it's just kind of a slight annoyance that you have the button to show what it looked like back in the day, but it's not the same lighting as the original. I see. So even though like the graphics are of that time. It's just the lighting doesn't reflect. Because it seems like in the original releases when we saw in the other video, the lighting was more saturated, was punchier, it was more color here in this one.
You now.
Cortana, what exactly am I looking at?
And again, I'm not going to be the best person to deal with this, given that but I think of this video at least, this one shows it the best, because I think it just washes it out a little bit here. But it definitely goes for a different feel than what you had here with the original. But I don't know if, again, because I've never played the original, this is kind of the the differential that I'm kind of going from. I guess I could just look straight up Halo 2 Xbox, or maybe I could just look for gameplay. Man, the old YouTube intros.
And you shall be left behind.
I want to actually see location. Wait, I feel like with that too, I would think that it would end up being different because they had to. My guess is that even the classic version of the Master Chief Collection is made on Unreal 4, which is not. It's gonna have a completely different graphical. That is a good gameplay. Wait, no, it's not Cairo. It's... Four hours? No.
With me, blanket those cruisers. Take them out one by one. Second echelon,
okay, here we
keep
go.
Those carriers busy.
Registering all hostile vessels inside the kill zone.
Grenade! Look out!
Edison.
Get off, Marines! Clear the crash site. Go, go, go!
It's actually a lot more muted. It's actually a lot more muted than... Let's see now, you know... 1, 2, 3... $4 hours long? It's short? Well, I want anniversary, classic. Here we go. Oh no, this is. Oh no, okay, it is anniversary. Yeah, it's a lot brighter. It is a lot brighter. For sure, contrast difference. Here, let's try seeing if we can... Yeah, it's just completely different lighting, actually. It is just completely different lighting. Trying to get one where we're closer to the intro here of this area. Interesting. Very interesting. Sir? Sir, can you not? Can you play normally? Yeah, no, it's different. It's different. Uh-huh. It is. Just the color grading too is completely different. It has that more orange redder tint as well. This is kind of just desaturated, but like it's not tinted at all. Because like my guess here is it wouldn't be a TV difference here because it's just game captured, the game footage being captured, but there is a, this looks just more, you know, with sometimes you could even, in comparison to this looks more yellow, just more yellow, but I would say that this is just them not really applying any filters on it, or this, not that there's a filter, but it was color graded more, again, to be have like a punchier colors and just be a little bit darker, be a little bit more towards the orange, almost like a little bit more towards purple. Not that it is purple, but more towards like orange, purpley, that kind of like warmer side. Or this is a little bit cooler. It just feels on the cooler end. Let me see if I can. I wish they would look more to the, maybe I can get a better one up here. Yeah, but it does feel different. You're right.
Here I come.
That was a good one. Yeah, you see how it is more orange here. It's lighter. So it is definitely color difference. The shadowing, the actual lighting itself might be the same. I think it's just the color grading of it that's different. And with that, the contrast and stuff, because even you can see the difference between the shadow and it's a bigger difference as well. Anyway, I thought that this is interesting. This is definitely interesting. But again, as someone who is completely new to these games, yes, there's definitely a difference. But I think the representation that we have here is one that, like, I wouldn't be paying attention just to the color grading, although I do think that that is important. Like, you see a game like, oh, so many games that had, I mean, let's go out of game and just say this, you know how the Matrix has, you know, that green tint all over it? Like, you take that away, it changes the mood of it completely. So there is a lot of value to that. But since I'm mostly playing on the remastered version, it's something that I think, and because I have no previous concept of what it was, like, it's something that ends up not bothering me, but I totally understand, like, if they're going to make something be the original, make it the original. I definitely get what you mean there. But it's probably impossible to recreate the experience, even if it was perfectly adjusted for monitor and stuff. Might not be what people like me remember it as. That's possible too. Yeah, it's just, it was different feeling, just, yeah, because of a TV, because of also back in the day, you know, all those things put together. But it's definitely interesting. It's definitely interesting to look back and just see. The resolution obviously is something that takes a big hit. It also is going to look very different because of that. The resolution it kind of changes how some things look. Like the shape of certain enemies, the shape of certain things feel different than when you see those things, even in the classic mode, but looking higher resolution. So it gives it a different feel. It does. But I feel for the most part, anyone who's playing, going back and forth, that isn't, like I said, isn't someone who had this experience back in the day, it seems very faithful. It does seem very faithful. And at least comparing then the new version of the new classic to the remastered version, or even just the classic in general, the original style in general, I feel like other than color grading, other than, you know, this difference that we noticed, I think it is incredibly faithful in comparison to Combat Evolved original versus Combat Evolved remastered, where there were some drastic artistic differences in the textures and in how they did so many of the things. And I honestly preferred the original. Where here, just looking back and forth between them, I think that they represented the original assets pretty well, at least from the little bit that I've played so far. And I am excited to keep playing just using the remastered, because I think in this one, once again, in comparison to how they did the first game, this one, it's a more faithful transition and upgrade in the remastered version of it, at least in my eyes. But so I probably won't be switching back and forth as much, because I like how they did the remaster of it. And the fact that it's also, oh no, it's 2014, never mind. But I kind of want to see them do with the cutscenes, the fidelity of the cutscenes of the remaster. I want to see them do oh my Halo, where's my Halo music? With the fidelity of the cutscenes, I want to see I would love to see them do that with 3 and, you know, all the other ones that came later. Well, again, I haven't even seen the game. Maybe there's no need for that, because they are like on the 360 and stuff like that. Oh wow, Halo 2 soundtrack is more. But yeah, I'm excited to keep playing. It's already a completely fresh tone so far. Again, so far. And I'm excited to see where it goes next. It's an exciting franchise to jump into. It really is. And yeah, I'm excited to keep going. The way it's evolved from the first one, you know, Combat Evolved, haha. From the first one to the second one. Jeez, can I get a chill song? The ways it's evolved already, gameplay wise and just narratively and everything, it gets me excited. There's a lot of a lot of evolution already happening. Anyway, that is going to be it for me tonight, though. I will be back tomorrow to keep playing Halo and learning more about it. I would say it's going to be a very different direction the next time you play. I'm excited for that. I am genuinely excited for that, to see how that goes, what changes, what direction they go, just in general. But it was cool to have this like really high octane action intro, which is a similar thing that they did in the first one, obviously to a much lesser extent, but it's also that like, yeah. So we'll see where it goes from there. But yeah, I hope everyone enjoyed watching me go through finish Halo 1 today and start Halo 2. I'm having a blast, like I've mentioned a billion times at this point. But I I hope you guys are enjoying watching me go through it for the first time too. Having said that, let me see here. Ooh, I have a friend of mine. Speaking of like these classic shooter franchises, I have a friend of mine who is playing Deus Ex. So, not one of the classics though. One of the newer ones, Human Revolution. She is a fantastic streamer, and I just ask everyone to go and say hello to her and just check it out, see if it's a thing that you might enjoy. If not, then feel free to hop out, but I just appreciate it if you stopped by and said hello. Yeah, having said all that, have a good night everyone. Have a fantastic Saturday. And yeah, I hope to see you all tomorrow.
You're playing Halo.